Okay, social media recruiting assistant team. It's Jeff coming at you. Happy Sunday. I first of all want to say thanks for all your hard work. If you're brand new to the team, I want to introduce myself. My name is Jeff Gamboa. I'm a Florida United Division Manager, and it's my responsibility to oversee all of the offices in Florida and in the island of Puerto Rico. And we're just so excited for what's becoming the biggest summer of recruiting in Florida United history. What we're doing right now is we're really setting the tone for an explosive 6 to 8 weeks of recruiting. And young men and women here who are helping on our social media recruiting assistant team, you're a big part of it. So thanks so much for being part of the team. And I also want to recognize this week's contest. But before I do, I first of all want to give a few tips. And what we're seeing is that a few of the numbers have dipped in some offices, and these are really easy to fix, okay? When I say dip, I mean dipping below the minimum standard of 30%. And of course here we're talking about a 35% show for the cycle to get into the contest for the mani-pedi. But when it drops below 30%, there's some easy strategies that as long as you implement right away, they're showing and making all the difference. So number one, best practice is having the rapport notebook. This is a best practice from our Tampa team. Mr. Mike Abramowitz, thanks for sharing this. So this is a notebook as you're taking the first few moments to meet with someone. And when you get to those questions of asking about school and their major, it's about taking notes, taking notes on their schedule, talking to them about what they do for fun. And that way, number one, it keeps you engaged in the conversation. But number two, it's things that we can use later in the conversation to help create urgency for the schedule. Hey, Alex, you told me that you had sports on Tuesday and Friday, right? And then you were telling me with your friends at the beach on Saturday. Okay. Well, I really want to work around that. And just being able to repeat what they say to you really shows that we're listening and really making a big difference on the connection. Number two, taking your time and going really slow. I know we all have a propensity to speak a lot quicker when we're excited. In fact, myself, even on this video, I feel like I'm speaking really quickly because we're excited. But see, right now, the tone I would say that we want to create on the phone is friendly, but really professional, okay? Not professional, but man, they're just so unbelievably friendly. It's got to be start with friendly and drive mostly professional. So how do you do that? It's not being overly friendly. It's not having the same phrases as a response. So where do you go to school? That's great. What's your major? That's great. What do you do for fun? That's great. Right? That seems too friendly, almost stage contrived versus really listening to the applicant. So, hey, what did you think of that? Oh, wow, that's interesting. How did you get to that conclusion? Or how did you get there? Great, why that major? Oh, that sounds interesting. Do you have anyone? And it's really about that soft skill of being able to have conversations with people. And as you practice, as you get more calls in, that'll make all the difference, especially for some of you that have already started your selling opportunity a little bit sooner. When you get to that point, you'll be such great sales reps because of your social media recruiting assistant experience. And then number three is making sure we stress urgency. I think the most important thing you'll see this week is that when we try to set people Tuesday and Wednesday, although sometimes we need to, really Monday gets the best show. And the more we go out from Monday, we really do experience a dip in the show, a dip in the result. So just a couple of things, food for thought. In fact, your managers probably won't even give you your days past Monday, just on Monday and Tuesday, just to get things started. Okay? So I first of all want to recognize all the managers, assistants, and RAs that are in the drawing. You had to be at least 10 minimum set for the cycle, Sunday through Tuesday, and then you had to have a 35+% show minimum Monday through Wednesday, and that's to be for the cycle to be in the drawing for the mani-pedi. And I want to give a special props and recognition and shout out to our previous winners. And I'm just reviewing here. There we go. First of all, from the 5th of May, I want to welcome and congratulate our winners from San Juan. From the 12th from Fort Lauderdale, that was Lori. And then last week we had our drawing with the winners. And I can't even remember. I apologize. So here we go. What I want to do is talk about this week's winner. And the recognition goes to the following. Brandon Denny, District Manager, 11 set, 60% show. Sean Powell, 58% show. Macy Linker, 36% show. Patricia Amador, 53% show. Rod Rodriguez, 79% show. Amy Rod, Assistant Manager, 50% show. Alex Stanham, 44% show. Maggie Cardenas, 39% show. Mila Amos, 62% show. And Naples Branch Manager, Luke Maseko with 18 sets, 63% show. Kirsten Casey, one of our assistants, at a 50% show. And Danny Lopez at a 50% show. And then, of course, Lindsay Holstrom also at a 36% show. And then the drawing today for the RAs, we have Jess Garces, okay, from the Fort Lauderdale office. There's Hannah Upton, representing Fort Myers. Big brother running a branch. And then we have Lori Zisk representing the Fort Lauderdale pilot. So we have the three here. We're going to crumble one up here. We're gonna crumble one up there. We're gonna crumble one up right there. Ladies and gentlemen, for the mani-pedi, also pretty crystal gel. Here we go. And the winner of the mani-pedi for this week, Miss Jess Garces from Fort Lauderdale. Congratulations, young lady. We're going to put that in your paycheck, and we're just so excited to announce next week. So we're going to prolong this one more week, everyone. One more week for the mani-pedi contest. So let's get into the drawing today. Stress, urgency. Have a great Sunday calling day. Bye, guys.